Your girl been going through some stuff for a while now, even though I don't talk about it, which I know I should. But I've been depressed. I've been in my little funk. That's what I tell my friends. I'm in my little funk, and yeah, that's where I am right now. I'm getting out of it. I'm much better than I was a few weeks ago, but it's still there, and I think it's mostly because I hold things in. I do go through a lot of stuff by myself, and this little last episode has been a little rough. Um, I'm just getting back to work. I don't know. I'm sure you don't watch me, but um, I just got back to work Tuesday. Monday was a holiday, so Tuesday was my first day back at work after darn near a month being off. My birthday, vacation. Then I came to work for like a week or a few days. Then I had jury duty. Then the week after that, I called out all the time. And then the week after that, I talked to my doctor. So he got me out of work for another week. And so I've just been gone pretty much the whole month of March, the whole month of September and part of October. But I'm back at work, and to be honest, I think that's a good thing because I need to get out the house and stop being depressed. But anyway, I'm at work, and I thought I'm by myself, so I can talk. I want you all to know that life is not easy. I'm a mother of one child, and she'll be 30 this year. And she has one son who I absolutely adore. And if I could see him every day, I would. But dealing with her is not easy. Even though I know my daughter wants me to have a relationship with my grandson, she doesn't make it easy. I will call, don't get an answer, or get sent to voicemail or whatever. Text, is he up? Is he asleep? He's always asleep or he's eating. I feel like she's my baby mama and I'm the dad. You know how, like, some parents, the mom wants to keep the father away from the child or find every reason not to let the father see the child, even though they want to. That's how I feel sometimes. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how I feel. I feel like I'm bothering her, trying to have a relationship with my grandson, and it's not like that all the time. Definitely not. Sometimes, most times, it's not. But I don't know if she's hormonal right now, because she is pregnant again. And during her first pregnancy, we did not get along at all. I mean, at all. I just don't want to go through that with this pregnancy, so I try to keep my distance. I try not to call, bother her. But my grandson and I were on a good path, and my daughter were on a good path. I was getting him on the weekends. I started getting him on the weekend. Just taking him to do different stuff. Just little stuff. It was just me and him because usually it's the three of us. But I started trying to do stuff with just me and him. And since she found out she's pregnant, it's like, uh, yeah, not doing that anymore. Only because, like I said, I don't like we sent the voicemail or whatever. And what really triggered it was um, the end of September. We had a hurricane come through, but I didn't know how bad it was because I was in the house watching TV, doing whatever I do, and come find out when I went out in my backyard, I noticed that my backyard had flooded again. We had a hurricane before, and my backyard flooded, and all my stuff in my back storage got ruined. The next morning, I got a text from a friend telling me that her electricity was out. So I called her to see if she was okay. She didn't answer. So I texted her, make sure everything was okay. No answer. Some hours later, I texted her again saying, just be like, do you not see me calling and texting you? I'm trying to see if you guys are okay, if you got electricity. So she texts me back and she says, yeah, no, this is what she said. She says, obviously, I did not see your FaceTime or your text, but yeah, we got electricity. Don't talk to me like that. In this relationship, sometimes you have to wonder who's the mother in it. I hate to say that, and it's my fault. But sometimes she thinks she's my mom. But actually, her mom is calling calling her to see if her and her son, my grandson, are okay. But I get attitude. Yeah, she got electricity. Didn't ask no questions, no nothing. Not, are you okay? Nothing. So I just simply said my backyard flooded again. And no response, no nothing. And I just left it at that. My electricity did go off afterwards. It was flickering, and then it went off for some hours later. But she didn't care to ask or anything. So I just left it at that. And I didn't talk to her after that. I'm going to say that was around the 27th, 28th of September. And I didn't talk to her or see her again until I talked to her, I think it was the 13th of October. So I hadn't seen my grandson and taught him or her until for like almost 3 weeks, to a little over 2 weeks. The whole time I was off work, basically, I did not hear from her. She didn't need me. I wasn't, even thought about probably. But anyway, and I only talked to her on that day is because I had a call. I called her just to see how Noah was doing and asked her if she was taking him to the fair. Because if she was going to take him to the fair, I didn't want to go. I knew I couldn't do the fair, but I wanted to give her some money so she could take him to the fair. Oh, she said she was going to take him to the fair the next day. So I told her, well, stop by and I'll give Noah some money for the fair. Later that evening, she texted and said she'll probably go around 10 o'clock, 10 or 11, I think it was. I was like, okay. The next morning, she texts me and says, we'll be there at whatever time. Then she texts and said, we're on our way. Now, she done text me 3 times in the last 2 days, but hadn't heard from her in over 2 weeks. But when it was time to come stop at the house and get some money to go to the fair, maybe that's my train of thought. But it's like I hadn't heard from her until I offered her something. And that kind of made me sad. But it doesn't matter. I wanted to do it for my grandson. So that's what I did. I got to play and talk to him before they went to the fair. And gave her the money while she was there. And I said, just bring me a bag of cotton candy. That's all I want. Y'all enjoy yourselves. I just want a bag of cotton candy. She did FaceTime me while she was at the fair. And she did send me pictures of Noah, my grandson, playing and eating and doing his thing at the fair, which I appreciated. She brought me this bag of cotton candy that looked like she had been eating out of it. And then she gives me another bag of cotton candy that Noah was eating. I didn't say a word. I was like, I couldn't even get any. It didn't matter. It could be all in my head too. But I'm just so I just felt like if I give you money for you and your son, I just felt that she could have bought me a big bag of cotton candy. Even my friends, if I asked them to bring me back a bag of cotton candy, who brings them a small bag? They've always brought me a big old bag of cotton candy, and I try to pay them, and they won't even take the money. But my own daughter goes to the fair, brings me back a small bag of cotton candy that I paid for basically myself because I gave her money to go to the fair with her and her son. It just baffles me. It's like my own child can't just. I just want to get on here and talk about how depressed I get sometimes with my relationship with my and it hurts. It really does. I feel like I've always tried to give her everything that she's wanted. Even now, she'll be 30 this year in December. I feel like I've always been her provider until she turned 27, 28, when she got pregnant and moved out with her boyfriend. And I don't think she understood that what it did to me. Yes, I was happy for her, and I did not stop her or anything. I even tried to help her and her boyfriend. They were looking for a house. I said, you know what? You guys don't have to go in debt. Well, she knew I've been talking about moving for the longest time. And so I was, instead of you guys going in debt, trying to buy a new house, you guys are about to have a baby. I even offered my house up to her so they can be okay. Not knowing if they would pay me rent or not, because she's never paid rent in the 28 years she lived with me. But I was willing to do that to help her, you know? But her boyfriend, who's a good guy, I like him. She think I don't like him, but I do. I really do like him because he is a good guy. He's a very responsible person. I like that because it's not like they're waiting on me or his parents to give them something. So he goes out there and he does that, which is good. Now her, on the other hand, is a different story. But like I said, that's my fault because I've always provided for her, basically, and allowed this to go on. So anyway, they ended up buying a house, which I'm happy for. He did a great. They found a beautiful house. It's a new construction, and and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for him doing it. I'm happy for her. She's able to have somebody to do that because when I was pregnant, when I had her, it was totally different. Her dad wasn't around. Barely paid child support. Barely was in her life until she became a teenager. We had already been through the hard part of life, pretty much, me struggling and working two and three jobs. But we made it through. And it is what it is. But we made it through and life got better. I didn't have to rely on anybody. Anyway, back to it. But yeah, so when she moved out, it was abrupt. And we weren't on good terms because she was pregnant at the time, but we was already going through a lot of things because of her pregnancy. We disagreed on a lot of things with her pregnancy. And not that, other stuff that pertained to her pregnancy and the baby that we just did not see eye to eye on. We did not. And it caused a lot of friction in our relationship. And it just wasn't good. It was not what I wanted. So during her pregnancy, I wasn't there for her the way I wanted to be because of the decisions that she was making for her and her child. And she didn't want to keep hearing my opinion about why I didn't agree with whatever. So I wasn't there. I wasn't able to be there for her like I wanted to be because we just argued about everything. And I don't like awkwardness. If I'm around someone, I don't like to feel awkward or when I know something, I'm unsettled about something. So during my daughter's pregnancy, I don't feel like I was there like I could have been or should have been for her as a mother. And I think it's mainly because we had different opinions about everything, pretty much as far as pregnancy and the baby and stuff like that. So like the midwife and choosing to have a baby naturally. I mean, there's nothing wrong if you know that happens, have a baby naturally, have the baby naturally, but don't just say, I don't want any medication. I don't want an epidural. I don't want this. But then come to my house and you're 7 months pregnant and your back hurts and you break down crying because you can't take the pain. Like, if you can't take the pain of your back being hurting at 6 or 7 months, how do you expect to have a baby naturally? You know, it just did not, she just did not understand what I was saying, why I was telling her it's okay to have a baby naturally if that's what happens. But if you have a choice, and why why go through so much pain? It's just a lot of stuff like that. It just didn't make sense. And then I think she ended up having to have the baby early, a little early, because of medical issues. And that was the biggest fight that we got into because she did not, I say she did not want me there, but it was right at the end of COVID. And she said that she could only have 2 people in the operating room with her, or in the room with her. And of course, that was the baby daddy and her midwife, which broke me down because even though my mom and I don't always get along, that is something I could not imagine doing without my mom. She was there when I had my daughter. She came all the way from Germany, and my daughter's father was there. And I'm glad I got to do that with my mom. But this, with my child, she did. It was like, I felt like I was being punished. And I know this is just my opinion because I know she would be furious. And she sees this video, she'll be furious because she swear I act like I'm the victim. When it comes to me and her, I'm always the victim. I could never experience childbirth with anybody else in this world but my daughter. I will never have that opportunity. And I'm sure she knows that because who else is going to have, who's going to let me come in there and watch them have a baby? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, she just took that from me like, it didn't even care. It's like, I know she was pregnant at the time or about to have the baby, but that just broke me to my core with her. I haven't come back from that yet. To be honest, I don't think I've ever recovered from that. Yeah, since the baby was born, you know, my grandson's been here. We've gotten along for the most part. I mean, hi, I'm back home now. And I just wanted to finish up by saying thank you for watching my video. And to anybody out there that's suffering from depression or anxiety or both, that you're not alone. You definitely are not alone. And just trust in God and know that this too shall pass. Depression may seem like it's never going away, but it will. Just have to trust in God. Thank you for stopping by my channel, and I hope you come again.